Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today we are going to ask your spirit guides advice on how to end a challenge in your life. This was something I just felt really called to do today, so I know there's a message here for someone that definitely needs this, and I'm excited to see how this comes out. I really love doing these types of readings, so let me know if you really enjoy these down below in the comments. I do want to say quickly thank you so much to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this channel, to continue to show up and just be a part of this amazing tribe. I thank you so much. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we are all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Keep in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all those links necessary below in the description box. You can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where we talk about anything and everything. So I really do hope to see you over there. And if you're interested in being a member of the channel, those are now live. There's a join button down below next to where the subscribe button is or used to be. And when you click on that, it will show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options that come with each level. So I do hope to see you over there. And if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that, let's go ahead and hop to your prayer so we can get this reading underway. And I know that some of you want these longer readings, but today it is going to be a shorter reading, just as time constraint. But I will try to post a longer reading soon for you. Energetically, it just takes it out of me, but I do enjoy the longer readings as well because they come up with so much information, and I think that's really cool. So, my beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video, onto this channel, or into this space, whether it's for the whole time or just for a moment's time. I ask that you surround us in the knowledge that we can trust our intuition, that we can trust our discernment, and that we know the best route for us to take, even in times of difficulty and challenge, that we can trust the inner voice and the inner guidance that we are being given. I ask today that you bring forth confirmation of the intuitive notions that my collective has been getting already, that you help remind them that they are truly connected and that we all have a doorway or a window or even a phone call to you. All we have to do is ask, and you will show up. You've been there this whole time, carrying us, walking with us, and ensuring that we're on the right path, even if we've had to go on some divine detours. I ask that you remind us of just how truly powerful and magnificent we are. I ask that you keep us held in your light and in your love, and remind us that we are never alone and that we are on the path to success, even if it's not what success looks like to us, that it is happening for purpose, and that all is as it should be in this here now here moment. As these words are spoken unto this space and onto this reading over this tribe, so shall they be. Amen. Aho, Ase. Thank you, my beloved source. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me go ahead and get that set up over here. Alrighty. And today we are going to use my Shaman Wisdom cards. I was called to use these today, and I'm so excited. I've already got them shuffled for us. I love these cards. I don't bring them out enough, but I was called to bring them out today. So source for pile number 1, what Oracle Shaman Wisdom Oracle card will help us better understand pile number 1's spirit guides advice on how to end a challenging situation in their life. Okay. I'll take it. We'll go ahead and do 2 here. So for pile number 2 source, what Shaman Wisdom Oracle card will help us better understand Pile number 2, spirit guides advice on how to end a challenging situation in their life. Thank you. And for pile number 3, source, what shaman wisdom oracle card will help us better understand pile number 3, spirit guides advice on how to end a challenging situation in their life. Okay. Thank you. On the bottom, we do have the deer energy with number 23. 23 has come up so much in my readings here lately, and I just hit the camera with my dreadlock bun. But we have deer energy with southeast, feminine, and water, and the deer energy is always about bringing like a gentle touch. There's no need to rush things. There's always just this need to sit in this receptive energy and to know that you will receive the messages that are yours to receive. So let's go ahead and put that out of the way. But for those of you that have picked up on the 23, the number 23 coming in, you know who you are. That is a confirmation for those especially that have connected with the channels, or I'm sorry, with the readings that have number 23 showing up like crazy in them. All right. So today is going to be pick your rose quartz. You know, it's all about loving ourselves and trusting that we love ourselves. So for pile number 1, we do have this piece of rose quartz for you to choose from. Okay. Pile number 2, we have this piece of rose quartz for you to choose from. And pile number 3, we have this piece of rose quartz for you to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and whichever one you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you. With that being said, I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you are drawn to this beautiful piece of rose quartz here, or if you're drawn to these cards during this shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on your spirit guides advice on how, my apologies, on how to end a challenge in your life, okay? First things first, I do want to say thank you to those of you that continue to be a supportive part of this channel, to continue to show up and be a part of this ever-growing tribe. I'm so honored to have you here in this here now here's time and space. And for those of you that are new, this is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You may also email me for a private reading and I'll get you out further information from there. You can follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is where I talk about anything and everything. I do hope to see you there. And if you're interested in becoming a member, memberships are now live. There's a join button down below next to where the subscribe button is, or used to be. And when you click on that, it will show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options available for each level. So I do hope to see you on memberships, and if not, thank you for your continued support here. Let's go ahead and hop into it and see if we can find out some more information about this. And I apologize, but the sun is coming in, so we are going to see that for part of the reading. And it's going to come, it might come over this way too, on this side. So, source for pile number 1. What is pile number 1 spirit guide advice on how to end a challenge in their life? Can you give us that advice, spirit guides of pile number 1? How can they end a challenge in their life? What is the advice that you have here today for us for pile number 1? Okay, so we've got 8th house, Taurus energy, and Mars taking action while also knowing that you are worthy of loving yourself, being trustworthy of yourself, to trust and believe in what it is that you're feeling. There's something very mysterious here that's really bothering you, and it feels like a hidden danger. It feels like something that feels very dangerous by nature, right? And when I say danger, I'm not talking about like, oh my gosh, your life is in danger. No, this just feels very emotionally dangerous, mentally dangerous. Feels like there's just a lot coming through in regards to that that's really weighing down on you and creating a very stressful, overwhelming time. And they're saying here to open up to the mysteries that live within you, right? There's an opportunity here to have this rebirth, to let go of this energy. And even though it might feel like a deep mystery, a deep, profound mystery that you have no control over, what you do have control over here and what they're showing with the Taurus energy is yourself. Right? Love yourself, pour into yourself, fill up your own cup. This is the action that you can take with Mars energy here. You can absolutely give that to yourself. Stay true to taking care of yourself. Stay true to being reliable for yourself. Stay true to building security for yourself at this time. Even if it's challenging, even if there's a lot going on outside of the situation that tells you that you can't, or that you shouldn't, or that you should just give up, they're saying do not give up. Because the more that you can build security and stability for yourself internally, the easier it will be for you to find opportunities outside of yourself that will also bring security to your life. Okay? You have a ton of tenacity, but I feel like right now there's a struggle in seeing that tenacity come to fruition or come to light because you're in this place of fighting against something that's uber stressful, right? Super, super stressful. I keep hearing the word foobar come up. I'm not going to explain what that means. That's for those of you that know what that means, but something that's very foobar, right? And it does feel like something or someone here is definitely in a very possessive energy when it comes to you. So this could have to do with your material possessions, the things that you feel like you are owed or that that belong to you. This could be someone else feeling like you have something that belongs to them as well. And that's why this is a very challenging situation for you, right? But here you have this opportunity to be competitive and passionate for yourself. And it doesn't matter where another person comes from because this is something you're meant to overcome. So even if this is another party involved in this situation, whether that's work, life, love, family, whatever it is, like you're going to overcome the danger here, even though it does feel impossible. Okay? It does feel like there's a lot of aggression that's coming through here, but your survival instincts are something that you need to pay attention to rather than falling back into old survival techniques of self-preservation. Now is the time to be self-assertive with your journey, okay? So let's find out what the tarot says. And today I'm going to use the Nikolai Tarot to get that advice. Let me put that there. See if it'll stay put. The Nicoletta. I'm sorry, it's the Nicoletta tarot deck that I have here. All right. So I'm sorry. Spirit guides of pile number 1. What is your advice on how to end this challenging situation for pile number 1? Spirit guides of pile number 1. What is your advice on how to end this challenging situation for pile number 1? Thank you. What is your advice on how to end this challenging situation for pile number 1, Spirit Guides of pile 1? What is your advice for pile number 1? Okay, it is coming out in the reverse. I'm going to put it in the reverse for right now. I don't know what it is, but it just flipped out in the reverse. And so, I don't take these in reverse, so we'll definitely flip it over, but we'll see what it is that's trying to come out in reverse here, okay? What is the advice that you have for pile number 1? Okay, what is the advice that you have for pile number 1, Spirit Guides of pile number 1, to end a challenging situation in their life? What is the advice that you have for them? Okay. What is the advice that you have for pile number 1 to help end this challenging situation? Thank you. All right, on the bottom of the deck, yeah, we have this 6 of coins here, that you are destined to receive what it is that you're putting out. But I do feel like here is a time of building and connecting with the people that you're meant to have in your life. So regardless of what's going on with this challenge, the best way for you to end this challenge is for you to go out and to network with like-minded people. People who are going to help lift you up. This is where you're going to find strength, right? People who think the same way that you do, people that you can actually have conversations with, people that you can share yourself with, who actually appreciate you for being you. And this is where you're going to find a lot of strength. This is where you're going to overcome a lot of challenges here. And this is part of their advice for you. So let's see what they're also saying with the spread. Okay. So it's the King of Swords that came out in the reverse. Interesting. And then, I'm going to put it in the upright, but we're talking about there's someone here that's a smooth talker that can get you to open up at a whim. Okay, like they know how to get you to talk. They know how to get you to open up to them. They know how to get you to come back. They know how to get you to falter on your path. They know how to get you to do what they want. And it can be someone who's very cold and detached. It could be a Gemini that's doing this, or someone that has Mercury in Gemini or has rising Gemini. Okay. This is someone who knows how to use their words to make you feel like you cannot find stability out in the world, that you're not worthy of success, right? But the unique thing here, your spirit guides, the advice here is to not listen to this person, to go and find people who trust you, who see you for who you are. The main message here is to connect with other people besides this person, right? And that's how you're going to overcome this challenging situation. And it doesn't matter. This situation could be a position that you're looking for. It could be a raise. This could be actually getting into a job. This could be a lifestyle. This could be something, a big purchase you're about to make. It doesn't matter what the situation is in itself. There's somebody here that's whispering sweet nothings in your ear to try to trip you up off your path. But you see here that you're meant to have an ally here with the Six of Wands in your journey, which you're actually going to get from this networking energy with the Five of Cups. So the Tarot Marseille, the Five of Cups, is all about networking, putting yourself out there, getting in touch with other people, connecting with new people, right? And the Six of Coins is about having an ally too, who's going to build you up in a successful way. So really the Six of Coins and the Six of Wands are very similar energies in the way of building you up, somebody coming in to build you up, someone who's going to tell you, hey, yeah, keep taking that action. It's doing good for you. You're doing an amazing job, right? And then here you have someone who's saying, yes, you're successful. We're going to help build you up financially. This could be an offer, some sort of sponsorship coming in, someone coming in and offering you a position, right? With the Five of Wands here, we see this image is very unique in regards to this reading. Like you're fighting someone, or someone is trying to fight you and seem like they're a big bad wolf, right? Or this big bad dragon that can eat you. And yet you're raining down abundance no matter what, right? And the Five of Wands is an energy of, even though you've lost your footing on your journey, you're actually regaining balance, even if it doesn't feel like it. Okay, so you're regaining your balance here, and it has to do with finding stability in the world. Like you want to be stable financially. You want to not have to worry about the things that you have to take care of. You want to be stable in the physical realm. So it doesn't even have to just be finances. It could just be stability in the physical realm. But there's that struggle that's coming in. Like, how am I going to manifest that stability? Well, right now they're saying it's going to come through connecting with like-minded people. Don't let this person deter you from your path or from what you know is right for you just because they're a smooth talker, or just because they know how to say things that make you question what it is that you're doing. And that's nothing against you. I just feel like this person knows how to push your buttons. I feel like this person knows how to play a part. And I feel like they definitely use you as almost like a test subject. Like, oh, if I say this to pile number one, are they going to do what I want them to do? But you're looking at something to always have a positive outlook, okay? They want you to think about positive outlook here. Like, think about success. Think about what it is that you want on your journey. Think about how you want to manifest that stability. Think about what kind of stability you want. Is that recognition? Is that finances? Is that a new promotion? Is that just a career in general? Finding your path of purpose. What does that look like to you, pile one? Because it's going to be something different from others, right? This is you getting your reputation and your something through being reliable for yourself. Like, you don't fix what's not broke. And what's not broke is consistency and showing up for yourself, right? That's something that's not broke. And there's no reason to try to fix it here, because you do have success coming to you through that. Okay? You're supposed to have somebody come in that wants to help build you up in this luxurious state of mind. Like, you deserve beauty in your life, which we absolutely see with the Taurus energy here in the dice. They want you to have this luxurious mindset. They want you to see the life's luxuries. And remember, that's not always necessarily a fancy car or fancy home. That could just be seeing you as a worthy person, as deserving of what you're asking for in life, as deserving of the things that you desire. And here it feels like the main thing is freedom from a situation. It's, of course, solving the situation, solving the challenge, ending the challenge, but really the energy that's coming through is freedom from someone or something that has convinced you that you're not worthy of what you're asking for here. And so your spirit guide's advice is to really begin to network. And not everybody that you network with is this person. So don't expect everybody that you talk to, is this the person? Is this the person? Just know that as you network, not only are you going to gain perspective, you are also going to gain a sense of grounding your discernment into the world. And through that action, when this person comes, you're going to just know who it is. You're not going to have to say, is this that person? Is this that person? You're going to be like, oh, this is the person that was supposed to help me out of this. This is the person my spirit guides want me to help me out of this. And they're not here. Like, that's the other thing too, pile one. They want you to know this is not someone they're sending you to do the work for you. This is someone they're sending you to be a partner that helps you, right? They're not going to save you from yourself. They're not going to save you from this situation. They're going to help you take steps to stand in a strong, firm position with yourself. And so the real advice here is to take action in networking and knowing that you can find the people who are meant to be there to help lift you up in your life. Okay, and there is a resistance here because it's almost like it's easier for me to stay in my little circle of safety than it is to go and network. Well, we're not asking you to put 1,000% into networking, but can you at least make it a challenge to meet 3 people a week? And to network with 3 people a week, find out about these people, begin to learn about these people so that you have stretched your comfort zone a little bit, but you're not going into that panic zone where you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. I absolutely cannot and will not do this, right? We're not asking you to go to a party. We're not asking you to go to, an office get together, anything like that. We're not asking you to go to the bar. We're asking you to just meet people out and about on your regular day and network with them, talk to them, have conversations with these people. It may seem a little frightening, it might seem a little scary, but that's okay. You're stretching your comfort zone here, and you're coming into a place of gaining perspective on the people around you, and realizing that not everybody is coming from that place of being a smooth talker and just telling you what you want to hear so that they can gain something from you. Now, there are a lot of people who are like that, but not everybody is like that. And that's what's going to help you gain perspective, which is going to help you in this challenging situation. Because it's like, while this person or this situation, it feels like a person, okay? It could be a situation, but it's like whispering in your ear, convincing you you're not worthy of anything better, okay? You're going to realize that there are actually people out there who do want you to succeed, and they're just naturally interested in you as a person. And that's going to put you in a position where you're going to be like no longer listening to what this person or the situation has to say about you. So we have house 10 on the bottom: structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. This is going to help put you on your path of purpose. Okay. What else would you like to say, spirit guides of pile number 1? What else would you like to say for this advice? Okay. Yeah, moving away from fear. Yes, this is that energy I was getting. Coming out of that lack and poverty mindset into abundance and acceptance of what is for you. Okay. Moderation, right? They're saying you don't have to go and talk to 100 people a week. Like, let's just start with a small number. Can you commit to 2 or 3 people a week? Shoot, if even that's scary, just try to commit to one person. You have to at least commit to one person a week, okay? Like, they want you to network, though. The main thing here, the advice here is to network with other people, okay? However that comes across. If that's online networking, or if that's physically going to the store and just talking to someone every day, like, you know, whatever it is that you can do, just network as best as you can. And remember, I think everybody gets it confused. Like, networking is connecting and building a connection with every single person that you meet. Networking is not that. Like, networking is just literally talking to people, and you'll build connections as you go. So not everybody that you talk to is meant to be a connection, okay? But it's meant to help get you beyond your comfort zone. And they want you to really focus on this. Okay, this is where they want your focus. They don't want your focus on the negative situation. They don't want your focus on this bad situation that's at hand, this difficult, challenging situation that's happening. They want you to focus on what you can do. And this is something that you can do in this moment to help bring some clarity to your life, okay? So, yeah, be at peace. Be at peace with what is, okay? With Dove Spirit here, number 21. Be at peace with what is. You cannot change this person. This person can only change themselves. And there's nothing that you can do, say, be, act, or behave as to change this person's behavior, their attitude, the way they show up. There's nothing that you can do, pile 1. And that's what your spirit guides want you to draw away from. There's nothing you did wrong. Okay? Equally so, there's nothing you can control in this situation. There's only one person that you can look out for and control, and that's you. So you have an opportunity here to draw away from this and take action for your own life by networking and connecting with people who do want to give to you equally. Life is a mystery with number 8 here. This is a karmic cycle for you. I feel like sometimes it's easier for you to get into a place of solitude and isolation. And you might mistake solitude as isolation. And there's no shame in that. I've been there plenty of times on my journey where it's like, I will isolate myself from people because it feels safer. Right? And so they're saying here to not isolate yourself. It's okay if you need solitude. It's okay if you need to draw away from people to recharge. That's fine. But if you're using solitude as an excuse not to network, then you're going to have a really difficult time bringing this challenge to an end, because you're not going to give yourself the opportunity to meet those who you're meant to meet on this journey. Okay, sometimes it is about Source bringing them to us, but other times it really is about us going out and allowing Source to meet us halfway, right? So let's get a shadow aspect of this reading here, Source. Okay, thank you. Exit plan. Yeah, someone wants out, but they aren't making a move yet. Be prepared for sudden changes. And that's exactly what this feels like. You want out. You want out of this difficult situation. I mean, I don't blame you. It feels very heavy. It feels very stifling. Neptune, dream and transcend. So there's a lot of illusions here. Okay, you definitely have dreams. You know what you want. You know what you want to experience in life. But there's also a lot of illusions that are keeping you in a place of stagnancy. And so your spirit guides want you to dream a dream bigger than you have. And through that dream, also manifest seeing yourself connecting with the right people. And that will help bring your vibration into a higher level so that you naturally vibrate towards those that are on your journey, that are meant to be there. This is, again, that karmic cycle, right? We have song lines with Orca. This is something that's a generational curse in your family. This maybe has happened to your mom or your dad or your grandpa or your grandma or your auntie or your uncle. You notice that they are very much in isolation. They only talk to the people that they know, which is family. Very rarely do they come out. Like, it does feels like this is something that you've seen time and time again, like where the family only talks to the family. We don't connect with anybody else because that's just not how we live life. And so here you have this energy. It's like you're actually meant to heal this family curse. Yeah, there's a lot of There's a lot of hostility in this situation. We have volcano with volatility. There's a lot of anger here. Like, why are you putting me in this situation, source? Like, why do I have to deal with this hardship? This could be hostility coming from the other person as well. A lot of anger and upset for you just being you, or when you leave the situation or ready to get to leave the situation, there's going to be a lot of upset energy that's coming in here. And this is because it was designed that way. So there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that this person can do to actually stop this situation from going that way. And I wish that there were, like, I wish that your guides are like, yeah, if you just do XYZ, you will never have to worry about this volatility coming to a surface here. But there's stuff that's boiling underneath the surface for you, for this other person, for this situation, that when it comes to a head, there's nothing that's going to keep it from blowing. Like, it's got to come out. And when it comes out, it's also going to bring you into a higher perspective. And I don't feel like it's you that's going to be in this anger. And that's why they're reminding you here too, to be at peace with the situation. So you might have a little bit of anger at being in this situation in the first place. Like, you don't feel like you deserved anything to do this. And remember, it's not about what we did to deserve anything, really. It's just about us healing ourselves, healing the generational curses that we have carried on our shoulders, our family wounds, our family traumas. And this is a part of that, okay? Tempted. Okay, it says if you're considering going astray, why not just opt out? It will be better in the long run. So this could be a situation where someone cheated on you, and this could be a situation where someone just betrayed you. Like, it definitely feels like a deep betrayal here. And that's why there's a lot of hostility. That's why there's a lot of anger. Or equally so, when you do get to the point where you're ready to leave this situation behind, this challenge behind, your guides are saying here that that's exactly what's going to be left, is this sense of betrayal on this other person's part. And that's why. But again, we had exit plan coming out on the bottom of the deck. And look, underneath that, we have facing it. And alone underneath that. So it does feel like, and leaving underneath that. Yeah, so it does feel like they're saying, like, there's an exit plan here, but you have to face this alone for right now. And facing it alone means you going out and networking. And that will help you get to the point where you get to leave this situation. This leaving was underneath that. Okay. So let's see what your oracle cards are here. You got 2. So we have the first one is Bearberry, which is feminine energy, south sun, and water, with number 30. And then we have Aspen, which is masculine, east, Mercury, and air. Okay, number 45. So let's see. Let's check out the first one here, 30. Okay. I am Bearberry. I am the smoke of communication. Carefully mix your metaphysical and spiritual qualities. The relief that you feel through blending of your ideas is like the kinnikinnick, or smoking mixture, the Indians used in their pipe ceremonies. This is a time for releases of stored up anger, rage, pain, and stress. Do not focus too much on the self. Enjoy friendly gatherings. Look, I cannot make this stuff up. Network. Let go of these angry feelings, the feelings of resentment, the feelings of why did you put me through this? Why did I have to experience this? Remember, sometimes we have to go through really difficult things in order to release that which is no longer ours to hold on to. It's just not serving us anymore. But it means that we have to walk through it. And so when we ask, I want to heal this part of myself, sometimes we put ourselves in more situations like that so that we can heal it, so that the trigger is present, so that we can walk through it. It says, I am Aspen. I am the nourish tree. It is time for nurturing the inner child. It is in my shade that evergreens grow back after fires and other natural disasters. Fiery energy, yeah. So there's a lot of anger and rage coming through here. Shaded by my protective foliage, I keep you safe from the known and the unknown. I am always here to help and assist you on your path-working journey. I guard your mental well-being and your resources. Eloquence and elegance are yours. Use them to your advantage by being different. I am loyalty and harmony. You can depend on me. You can count on yourself. That is so profound. They're saying to trust your intuition here. Trust the nudges that you're receiving, because I feel like this is not news to you. Like, you've known you needed to talk to people, like you've known you needed to network, but it's been challenging for you because of that feeling of isolation. And the situation could really put you in an isolating mindset. And so now you're just being asked to move away from that and really network and connect with the people that are meant to be on your journey. That's going to be you taking a brave step and getting out of your situation and putting yourself out there. Taking the action here is what your spirit guides are saying, okay? So I really do hope that this brought you some clarity. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little flame emoji down below and say, I allow myself to walk through the anger, the rage, and let myself come into peace. Leave me a thumbs up. I do want to take a quick second to thank your spirit guides, your messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this rose quartz, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what your spirit guides advice is on how to end a challenge in your life. We'll take a look at this later. First thing, I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to support this channel and show up and be a part of this amazing tribe. I'm so honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we are all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, and authentic self. If you are interested, keep in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You may email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. We talk about anything and everything, so I do hope to see you there. Also, if you're interested in joining as a member, there's a join button down below next to where the subscribe button is or used to be. When you click on that, it'll show you the 3 levels that I do have available, as well as the options that come with each level. So I do hope to see you over on the membership side of things. And if not, thank you for your continued support here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and find out more about what your spirit guides advice is on how to end a challenge in your life. So spirit guides of pile number 2, what is your advice on how pile 2 can end a challenge in their life? Spirit guides of pile number 2, what is your advice on how pile number 2 can end a challenge in their life? Okay, so we have the 3rd house, Pisces, in the South Node. There's something you're absolutely meant to walk away from. This could have to do with a love relationship too. So I'm going to tell you, this is either going to deal with family or friends that you've known for your whole life. Okay, or this is a twin flame connection. So again, take it as it resonates here, but I just want to put that up front because I have to talk about one situation, and I'm going to give the best that I can to give you an example that you can apply to both. But what they're showing me here is a twin flame connection. Okay, so, but I do want to put out there that this could also have to do with a situation in regards to someone that you've known your whole life. The ultimate thing here, though, is that the advice is to be able to walk away. It's in South Node energy, and I know this is something that is not what everyone wants to hear, especially when it comes to this twin flame energy. Like, union's the goal, union's the goal. If people are telling you union's not the goal, then they're wrong. But there's this energy coming in where it's like so focused on getting the union that you're actually sacrificing yourself and your journey to just gaining union here. It's like, I'm only healing for union. I'm only doing the work for union. I'm only doing this so that I get my twin flame into my life. And this energy is actually pushing away your twin flame here, right? And this is old energy, because that's not coming from a place of unconditional love, which is actually the goal of the twin flame journey. Union or not, the goal of the twin flame journey is to step into a place of unconditional love, knowing that these actions that we're taking are bringing us closer to the divine, bringing us closer to source, bringing us closer to this place of peace and prosperity from within, and harmony and grounded energy. Yeah, and they're saying that this is something that is really challenging for you because it's not what you want to hear, right? And your guides are here today to remind you that while this is something that's super challenging, we're also not here to feed the emotional ego of what we want to hear. We're here to help give you the advice on what's going to best work for you. There's a lot of guilt and a lot of shame here that's playing out with this connection. Okay, we see like a lot, I'm not doing enough. And again, if this is family and friends, that same energy is coming in, right? So it does have to do in regards to relationships with someone else or a group of people in your life right now. But again, I do feel like this is for a huge portion of you. It does have to deal with the twin flame journey itself. But there's a lot of guilt and a lot of shame here. A lot of I'm not doing enough. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel like I'm worthy enough of creating this as a balanced relationship in my life because they're not coming forward in the way that I want them to, or in the way that other people have told me that they would if I did the healing. You know, and of course that absolutely applies to family too. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, when you let go of your resentment and your judgment, like all of a sudden it changes the dynamic in your family and your family's going to show up in a loving place. Look, I've done that. I've done that on my own journey. And some people that no matter how much you let go of the past and what the connection is, you're not the only party involved in the connection. And how discouraging is it when it feels like you're the only one that can make a change, or that you're the only one that can carry this connection and that you have to do all the work. That is so discouraging, and that is so unfair to you, because it's basically saying that when you're not in union, or when these people aren't changing the way that they're showing up, that you're the problem. Well, how can you always be the problem if you're putting in the effort to become a better version of yourself? Sometimes people are just toxic, and just in that energy, we cannot change that. And equally so, sometimes our twin flame is in a very toxic place, and we cannot change that. They have free will. They can choose to either go on the spiritual journey and become a better version of themselves, or they can choose to stay in the same place that they've stayed at, and that's believing in what they see and not what they feel. And the same thing with family and friends. If they cannot come up into a better version of themselves, it is their choice. That is their choice. That is not something that you control. And I feel like this is what your spirit guides advises to you, is a reminder that the only person that you can control, that you have any kind of say over, is yourself. And they want you to release this past idea, the guilt, the shame that comes with the journey that you've been on, saying that you're not doing enough, and start to celebrate what you have done, what you have created for yourself, why this is feeling so good for you now. Because if all you're doing is putting this weight on this relationship or on this connection and saying, I didn't do enough, it's just bringing you into a lower vibration, which is South Node energy, clinging onto the past, a fear of abandonment, a fear of not being enough, a fear of not being worthy enough for what you're asking, right? And your spirit guides want you to see yourself as worthy and deserving of what you're asking for. Even if it does not come in the exact package that you thought that it would, it doesn't mean that it won't come. Okay? And I know that's so controversial, but it's the message that's coming through is so profound right now, and the energy is so heavy. Someone here has an extremely broken heart because of this, and someone keeps crying at night because they don't understand what it is that they haven't done that can bring them closer to their person or to this person. And you've done enough. You've done enough, but it is not your job to carry the world, and it is not your job to carry this person or their path. Like, I'm already getting emotional here because it just feels so heavy. Let's get some tarot on it here. Let's shuffle. I should have been shuffling while we were talking, but they just wanted me to talk about that. Oh my goodness. See, the problem is that a lot of people on the spiritual journey are trying to paint this picture like, oh, once you love yourself fully, like you'll get the whole dream. Everything will be rainbows and butterflies and all this, that, and the other. But a lot of these people that are talking about it have not come into union. And have I come into union? Let me tell you. In the 5D, yes. In physical, no. No. Okay? But in the 5D, my union just took place. It just happened, and it was the most insane thing because I was in this energy of just being ready to give up on the whole thing in general. I was just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And when I say in the 5D, you're never disconnected from a person in the 5D. Like, we're all different in the 5D and beyond, right? In the 6D up to however many Ds there are. But what I'm saying here is that the union that happened, it means that we no longer were ignoring each other in our dreams. Like, we're no longer trying to paint a picture that's not there in our dreams. Like, we're actually showing up for each other in the dream realm. And that's something that I struggled with on this journey. It was like we were always ignoring each other. We were always trying to go after someone else, or we were always trying to get someone else involved. And it's like you might get messages from your person and they might be very loving and very caring. And that's just that reminder that if you're there, you're already in union in the 5D. But you have to let go of the 3D version of it. And if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? That's okay. It just means this is a person in your life where it's just worried that it has to be this person because I've never felt this way about another person, or I have this obligation and this label to this person. And that's, no, you don't have an obligation to a person just because of a label. So Spirit Guides of pile number 2, what is your advice to pile number 2 for this challenging situation? To find happiness in the small things, to take care of yourself, give yourself self-love, self-care. Like, she's taking this bath with honey and milk, right? Like, that's such a loving way to take care of yourself. You've been on the wire for a while here. Feeling so off-centered, feeling so off-balance. But you know what? You've outgrown this situation. And that's what the Two of Swords talks about. It's like you're on the path to a positive outcome, but you've outgrown this way of being, this way of thinking that you're the one that carries the whole situation. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit Guides of pile number 2. On the bottom of the deck, look. It's time to leave. And it's interesting because the 6 of Swords in the Tarot Marseille really talks about not wanting to rock the boat. What if I listen to my intuition that's telling me to leave, and what if I'm wrong? What if there were no more what ifs? And I feel like I've said that so much this week in my readings, but excuse me, burp of confirmation. It's so apparent, but look at this. This is like your spirit guides here. Look at this bunny is crying. Do you see that tear on this bunny? Like, crying because they see you putting yourself through so much and working so hard for something that's not happening, and then really truly believing that you're the problem. How unfair. That is not what our journey is about at all. That was never what the journey was about. But so many people have created this mindset that that's exactly what the journey is, that you're the problem, you're the one that's not doing enough. You know what? There's only so much that a person can do. And if you're doing everything in your power right now to become the best version of yourself, that should be enough. No one should ever be there telling you or convincing you or making you feel like you're not doing enough. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. You're making progress. Okay, and this is something that comes from your childhood wounds, a fear of abandonment, a fear of being left behind, a fear of not getting what it is that you want, right? This is what I want. It has to be this person. It has to be Sam. It has to be Greg. It has to be Terry. It has to be Susan. It doesn't have to be any of those people. It has to be what's right for you. And Source and your spirit guides know what that is better than we do, right? We have to trust that. And this is something, look, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. But look at this. Shot through the heart, right? I hear that Bon Jovi song, shot through the heart and you're too late, darling, you give love a bad name. So it's like this person, it's like the idea of this person is what's making love feel like it's just not worth it. So it's time to go within. It's time to recenter yourself. And it's time to reconnect with your guides here. Okay? It's time for you to integrate all this work that you've done into a solid place of groundedness and harmonious energy within yourself, knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And if this person is not on your journey yet, or even if they're meant to be, I'm not here to say yes or no. I just want to open you up to the possibility as what could potentially be. The possibilities are endless, right? It can be, it might not be. We don't know. Source is the one who knows the future. We don't. Okay? Open yourself up to what could potentially be, though. And allow yourself to experience this here moment, because in this fear, this is worrying about the future. Right? And it's interesting, right? Because the South Node is past energy, clinging to the past. Right? That's what the South Node points at, clinging to the past. But in clinging to the past, it sets us up for worrying obsessively about the future. We have the 7 of Coins here. And the Page of, the Page of Cups. Here's the thing. This is it's a very unique situation, okay, with the 7 of Coins and the Page of Cups. It's a very unique situation. There's definitely an emotional connection here. There's definitely a love and a bond between the two of you. There's something that feels very innocent and fresh and new and deep. But the Page of Wands is still a very immature individual. He's still a child. Does not understand the deeper meaning. Like you're not a King of Cups yet. You're not even a Queen of Cups. You're not even a Knight of Cups. At least a Knight of Cups knows what he wants. But a Page does not know what they want. It's like I'm starting the journey. But it's a unique type of love here, especially with the 7 of Coins here, which talks about something that's very unorthodox. Something that doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Right? Which is fine. It's fine that it doesn't make sense. Probably hardly makes sense to you too. Like, what the heck is this? I don't even know what I'm going through. Right? But what the goal is here, especially with the 9 of Cups starting your reading, is saying that it's time for you to come back into a place of fulfillment. Like, the 10 of Cups is becoming an emotional leader in the world, like being able to lead others through their emotional situations, their emotional upsets, their emotional problems, right? Here we have the 9 of Cups, which is complete self-fulfillment, okay? Knowing that you have filled all your cups and you don't believe in the illusions anymore. You don't believe in the disconnections anymore. You don't believe in all those things because you know you are a whole, complete being right now. And you notice her company is a gingerbread man, right? And I feel like that's your company is your spirit guide. Your company is source. Your company are the people who want to lift you up. The company is the people who want to be there with you. That's who you get to enjoy this with, not the people that you're worried about if they're going to show up. How are they going to show up? Are they going to be rude? Are they going to be mean? Are they going to be narcissistic? Are they going to be, just absent? It feels like there's a lot of people here who have been ghosted by these people for fear of a label. So you definitely feel like you've been walking the line. Like, and excuse the expression, but I have to use it. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. And that's what it feels like here. I'm not going to get it anyways if I do the work, so why should I? But if I don't do the work, then I feel worse, so why should I? So that's what it feels like right now. So you're in a very unique place right now, and your spirit guides want you to find a way to bring happiness and joy to yourself. Bring the focus back to yourself, which is why it's unique that the Page of Cups is in this position too, because it's saying that even though this is a very unique connection that you have with this person or with this family member or with this, high school friend or whatever it is, it's a very unique connection. And yes, the label is something that's playing a part in this. Also with the Page of Cups here, it's showing that you get to begin again with yourself, and it might feel new and it might feel uncertain, but you get to grow from there, right? You get to grow from there. You get to show there that you can come into a place of finding new balance, finding new harmony, seeing yourself from a place of eyes of unconditional love, finding your luck, okay? finding out how to go within and find the guidance from within and listen to the small voice he's here. Because there's something here that's like, it feels like a struggle between the emotional ego wanting to be right and the intuitive self trying to guide us away from something that is just too overwhelming for us to handle at this moment, because it's making you feel one way, shape, or form. And then the fear of, what if my ego was right all along? Don't worry about what if. Because the thing is that the surrender part is the hardest part here. It's like, if you let it go and it was yours, it will come back to you. Okay? They'll come up to your vibration. They'll meet you at your level. But if it's not yours, there's nothing that you can do to ever bring them back. And even in letting them go, it just means that you let them go. But I feel like that's where the fear derives from here, is that if I let them go and they don't come back, then what? Then I'm left with nothing. But your guides want you to know that if they weren't yours in the first place, don't worry, we have your back. We're bringing you to something that's even better. Boom! Yes, the trine energy here. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. We got you. We got you. Don't trip, chocolate chip. We got your back. We are not going to leave you hanging. They don't want to. They want you to feel happy. They want you to feel fulfillment. They want you to feel whole and complete, knowing that you don't need another person in your life to fulfill a certain role for you. Peregrine Falcon, observation. This is about connecting with your intuition, the Eye of Horus. Okay? They're trying to help activate you. There's something else about this next part of your journey that is going to activate you on a very, very unique, different level. And you're going to come up, I mean, it's like taking strides forward on your journey. But right now, there's the block that's holding you back. And we see that with the South Node energy here. And they're being very, very clear about this. Communion. We're trying to connect with you. Right? You may see a lot of birds, and birds will have a message for you. So listen to the messages that the birds bring. And when I say that, it's like sitting in silence with them if they're around you a lot. Or if you see feathers, that's your spirit guides trying to talk to you. 21:21 on the clock. If you see, a whole flock of birds flying, or you see an eagle, or you see a falcon, or you see a hawk or something like that, what do you feel is the message that's coming in? And you could actually attach birds to this person, but maybe all along the birds were really just your guides helping to guide you along the journey. You have blessings coming to you. You have huge blessings coming to you, pile 2. Massive blessings. We just need to purify yourself from this old energy. It's hanging on by tooth and nail. It's hanging on. But it does feel like you're ready to hear this. Like, it's not something like, I know not everybody made it to this point, right? I know not everybody made it here. I know some people were triggered. They were like, nope, not for me, not for me. For those of you that made it here, and I'm so proud of you if you did, like, you're ready to hear this. You're ready to understand why it is that you've been carrying this heaviness in your heart. It's like when you hold on to someone just because of a label, and that someone is actually very toxic for you, you're not ever going to move forward. You're going to put this person on a pedestal, and you're going to put them in a space that they actually have never deserved to be in. And likewise, you're going to give them energy that you never should have been giving them in the first place, but because of the pedestal, you end up giving them that energy, and they don't deserve that. They don't deserve that from you. They have their own journey to worry about, and that's separate from you. Okay? Look, love is all around. Focus back on that. Focus on loving yourself, taking care of yourself, being there for yourself. We have 41 up here, which is that very uncomfortable place of change. This is not an easy change. Of course it's not. We're asking about a challenge here. They're making it very clear. This is absolutely a challenging situation. No one is denying that. I'm not. This is hard. Let's find out what the shadow aspect is here. Broken. They didn't keep the promises they made. They may break your heart, but not your spirit. Exactly. Your spirit is not broken here. It may feel like all is lost, but it's not. It's not. And you're so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. Pluto, transform. Uncomfortable change. Uncomfortable change. This is not something that is easy to go through, but it is necessary for your journey moving forward. This is how you're going to solve this challenge. You're going to find peace with being with yourself. Then we have 41. Isn't that interesting? We have 41 make an appearance from two different decks. We have companionship with dogs. So it does feel like you're going to be calling in someone who's meant to be a friend in your life on this next part of your journey, who's going to help you see that you are worthy of being received exactly as you are. You don't have to change for someone to love you. You should never have to change for someone to love you. We change because we want to be a better version of ourselves, not so that someone can love us. Take the lead. Number 58. 4. Finding stability in yourself. What it is that you bring to the table. You are enough. Flighty. Boom. This is so synchronistic to this reading. Not knowing what they're going to do next causes you anxiety. Find love you can count on. Excuse me. Wow, they did not want me to talk about this. Woo! That was really strong. That's the thing. Like, hold on 1 second. I need a drink. They didn't want you to know. This person likes that you give them your energy. They like that you always have something to give to them and they don't have to do anything. That's not fair. That is not equal love. That is someone that is manipulative. And it's like, I don't want to look at my person that way though. Well, you might not want to look at your person that way, but sometimes it's not about what we want. It's about what is. And as hard as that is, pile number 2, you have to allow yourself to open up to the truth of the situation right now. Are they showing up for you? Are they giving to you the way that you gave to them? Is this an equal give and take? And if it's not, then it's okay for you to say goodbye. Would you do, and I had to ask this on another reading, and I'm going to ask it here. Would you stick around the way that you stuck around for this person if it was anyone else? Your answer to that is very telling. Just because of a label or a feeling of obligation, that should never ever put you in a position to stay in a toxic situation, nor should that ever put you in a position to try to invite in an equally so toxic situation. And that's the advice that your guides have. Let's see what the Shaman Oracle card has to say for you today. Cougar, North, Feminine, and Fire, and your pile number 2, and we've got the number 20 card. All right, so let's see what Cougar has to say. Cougar. Look, and I opened it up to number 19, and number 19 is a hawk. So again, there's something about birds here coming in. Look, I already love this. Okay. I am Cougar. I give chase fully expecting to win my prize. I am powerful and skillful. I am as at home on rock ledges as in green forests. I possess great cunning and intuition. I am a born leader, challenging the status quo as I circle my prey to discern the best method of attack. I think things out, and when I hone in, I know what I am doing. I act with focused intent. I am clear and methodical. I am balanced, strength, and intuition. Sprinting into your life, I bring courage and strength. I'm here to help you acknowledge your ability to lead and take charge in any situation. Leadership requires great insight. You are accountable for your actions. Look, I cannot make this stuff up. And then we had take the lead here. What? Oh, I love this. Thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides of Pile 2. Lead with reason and wisdom. Be sure to think all things out and focus your intention before you jump in with all fours. I am genuine. I take charge. I am responsible leadership. You're meant to lead people, right? You're meant to help people through difficult challenges, through hardships. And I feel like this is part of that journey and you owning your leadership on this journey. But it's just been very difficult for you to let go because there's always those people out there who are trying to convince us of what it could be. But it could be that, but that's their experience right now. What your spirit guides are seeing is this is not something that is good for you. So coulda, shoulda, woulda, we're asking about a challenging situation for you. And right now, you have to find the best way to take care of yourself, to love yourself fully, so that you can feel like you are enough and worthy on your journey. Because right now, pile 2, in this moment, you are enough. You are amazing. You are incredible. And you are so deserving of the love that you want in your life and the respect that you deserve. Okay, I love you. I'm giving you a big, big, big energetic hug. If you made it this far, I'm giving you a round of applause because it means you're ready to hear these messages. I know these are hard. I know they are. Okay, so this is what I see for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little dog emoji down below and say, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of respect. And I am enough right now. Leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your spirit guides, your angels, your messenger source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of rose quartz, or if you're drawn to this card during this shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on what advice your spirit guides have to end a challenge in your life. First thing, I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a part of this ever-growing tribe and to support this channel. I'm truly honored to be sharing this here now here moment with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we are all here sharing this human experience and that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me that opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links necessary below in the description box, or you can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I really do hope to see you there. It's where we talk about anything and everything. Memberships are now live, so if you are wanting to join the membership, there is a join button down below. And when you click on that, it will show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options that come with each level. So I do hope to see you over on memberships. And if not, thank you for your continued support here. I truly do appreciate you. And with that, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out about your reading. So source for pile number 3, spirit guides of pile number 3. What advice do you have for pile number 3 to end a challenge in their life? What advice do you have for pile number 3 to end a challenge in their life? Spirit guides of pile number 3, what advice do you have for pile number 3 to end a challenge in their life? Okay, so we've got the 3rd house, Taurus and Venus energy. Okay. So this has to do with your mindset and the way you communicate to yourself. And the sun is coming in. I really cannot change that. That's just where the sun is right now. So tomorrow is daylight savings time, and that is exciting. So maybe the sun will be in a different place now, not being so crazy on the reading. So, all right. Yeah, this is about your mindset, right? How you see yourself with eyes of love. There's been a lot that's been on your shoulders recently. A lot of doubt has been creeping in. A lot of not feeling like you can make it. Not feeling like you have the stamina to go the distance here. And it's all because it's like, well, how do I give myself self-love when I don't even have the energy to do what I know I need to do? One second. And here they're saying that you do. You have the stamina you need. You have everything that you need. You have to just continue to make time and space for yourself for the small things, right? And a lot of people get it in their head that self-care, self-love means I got to be able to go to hour-long massages, or I have to be able to buy facials, or I have to be able to go on these retreats, or I have to be able to, you know, purchase all these things. But self-care and self-love is actually just finding space and time for you to do the things that matter to you, right? So if you like playing an instrument, then make space and time to do that every day. If you like painting, then make space to do that every day. It's all about you making space for the things that bring you joy and happiness here. And what they're saying here is that that's going to help bring you into a more magnetic energy with the Venus energy here, which is going to help you attract the people that are meant to be in your journey. So whether that is clients, whether that is followers, whether that is business partners or love interests or friends or soul family, whatever it is, they're asking you to come into this place of truly caring for yourself with what you have. You have all the tools you need to be successful in this moment. You do not have to go anywhere. It's all about the way you perceive this, though. Your mind is saying it has to be something that I'm not capable of doing, when in reality you have everything that you already need right now. And so there is this resistance, though, to it. It's saying, well, but when I see self-care, I see people going on month-long resort retreats, or I see people going to fancy resorts, or I see people traveling, or I see people doing this. Well, you know what? If you're close to the mountains, you could travel to the mountains and take a lunch. Or if you're close to the beach, the same thing. Go and sit on the beach and watch the sunset. You don't have to do things that cost a lot of money. You can bring luxurious things into your life with little to no cost. But it all revolves around your mindset. If you're constantly thinking in the terms of material or things having to cost a certain amount, then it's difficult for you to come into that space of truly caring for yourself when that's what's being asked here. And so your guide's advice is to find a different way to see self-love and self-care. And for those of you that struggle finding time, can you make 5 or 10 minutes a day? You know, if you can't make 5 or 10 minutes a day, then you're really going to have a hard time ever changing your life. And it's like, it's easy to say, like, I don't have time, but are you spending time watching movies? Are you spending time watching TV? Are you spending time scrolling? Are you spending time on social media? Like, these are things that you can cut out of your life to focus on pouring into yourself. And so the main message here is that your guide's advice to help with whatever challenging situation is going on is for you to really love and pour into your own cup here. That's where you're going to see success. That's where you're going to feel better. That's where you're going to raise your vibration. That's where you're going to bring yourself into a place of changing those old patterns of feeling like you're not enough, or feeling like you can't do it, or feeling like you don't have the energy. Really, it feels like here you don't have the energy to do what's necessary of you. You're feeling burnt out. And burnout can be solved very quickly by self-love and self-care. You know, practicing yoga, working out, meditation, mindfulness, spiritual practices, you know, moon rituals, stargazing, sitting in the sun gazing. No, don't look at the sun. I'm not telling you to go and stare at the sun and make yourself blind. Sun gazing is actually a practice that's done by ancient shamans and by the curandísimos. So it's just something that they do in the morning and late at night it's basically like watching the sunrise and the sunset, right? Sun gazing. Okay, so finding time to do these small things that will make a difference. If you're near water, go and sit by the water. If you have a garden outside, take your favorite book and go read in the garden. But make the space. You have to make the space. Like, time is not going to magically appear. And it's interesting that they're bringing this up right now, because I actually had a realization the other day that time doesn't exist. And I was like, what do you mean? And it says there is no time, there is only space. And my guides were so loud. It actually came to me while I was practicing a yin yoga practice, and it was so loud. They're like, there is no time, there is only space. You make space, and that's it. So it's like when everyone's all focused on, I don't have the time, I don't have the time. Really what you're saying is, I don't have space. I don't have the space to do that. And so when you change that mindset and you come into a place of saying, I have space for what is important to me and for taking care of myself, you'll be able to alter the way that time is. You know, Einstein's theory of relativity is saying that we can manipulate time. Right? He says if a man spends an hour with a pretty woman, why does it fly by? But a man is standing 5 minutes over cooking on a hot stove and it feels like the whole day is taking forever to get through it. We have the ability to manipulate time. It's a theory. Einstein's the one that came up with it. And so that's what it was. It's just interesting that my guide said that to me the other day, that there is no time, there is only space. And they want me to say that here. So it's like your spirit guides are advising you to make space for yourself. No matter how small it is, it will make a huge difference. So spirit guides of pile number 3, what is your advice to help pile 3 with this challenging situation? The 10 of Swords. Yeah, a lot of exhaustion. Feeling emotionally exhausted. Feeling emotionally overwhelmed here. What is your advice for pile number 3? On how to end a challenge in their life right now, spirit guides of pile number 3. Thank you. Spirit guides of pile number 3, what is your advice for pile number 3 on how to end a challenge in their life right now? What is your advice for pile number 3 on how to end a challenge in their life? Thank you. What is your advice for pile number 3 on how to end a challenge in their life right now? Spirit guides of pile number 3. Look at that. We have the 7 of Wands. You will persevere, but it's like this is something that has been holding you captive since you were a child. This belief. Like having to carry the burdens of everyone else. Look, and then we have the Hermit. And the Hermit talks about going into solitude. Right? Finding space, meditation, integration. And I cannot change where the sun's at. Maybe I can close the blinds a tad here so it's not so intense. Okay, that's a little better. All right, I don't know if I can move that over a little. There we go. That's better. This way. Okay, that works. Yeah, so it's like finding space to go into meditation, finding space and not juggling so much all at once. Not, life is all about ups and downs. Like, if you don't make you a priority, you'll always put yourself on the back burner. And then we have the Hangman here. This is all about your perception. Your perspective. How are you seeing yourself? Do you find yourself as an important being in your life? You should. You should. Like, we have to take care of ourselves, because if we don't, no one else is going to show up and take care of us, pile 3. That's just not how it works. I wish somebody would come in and be like, da 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 da, I'm your knight, your queen, your love and shining armor. I'm going to save you from yourself. No, that's it. No, We have the 2 of Swords. Okay. Oh, and we have the Page of Swords. Yeah. This is all about your mind. Look at all these Swords cards. Swords. The 10 of Swords and the 2 of Swords is talking about you're on the path to a positive outcome already. Right? You are going to have success. But you're emotionally exhausted. You're emotionally overwhelmed. You're reaching a point of burnout. Okay? And you've already met this challenge is like something that is your equal, right? So this mindset of I don't have time, I don't have space, I can't do that, I can't do this. That mindset is like as equally negative as you are positive right now. And so you have to find a way, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have to find a way that's going to work best for you to abolish this mindset. It's simple. Not easy. Okay? It's not easy. And it's hard to deal with this reality. The Page of Swords talks about difficulty with dealing with reality, but the image here talks about finding a way to purify yourself and come back into a mindset of understanding and peace within. If you don't bring peace in, don't expect anything that you do to ever bring peace to you. You know, oh, I'll find peace when. Oh, I'll have peace as soon as, or whatever it is. Because as soon as and when are never going to come. They're always going to control you. It's always going to be over your shoulder. It's always going to be holding you down. You can spend your whole life saying when, and you'll always put yourself on the back burner. So you have to say, I'm important too, and I make myself a priority in my life too. And so whatever it is, the situation can be resolved by you making yourself a priority, because it's going to help you find an answer. It's going to help you find a resolution here. Okay? They are showing that you are going to persevere, but it is going to take some effort on your part. You have to take the action. But the action comes with how you view yourself and how much of a priority you want to make yourself. To go in and to sit with yourself and to change your perspective on this. I mean, that no matter what, like, that's the thing here with this Two of Coins. It's all about the myriad of twists and turns that we find on our journey, right? The myriad. Is it myriad or myriad? Myriad. I think it's myriad, actually. And so, no matter what, there's going to be so much going on. And you see, like, she's lost her head. Her head is not attached to her shoulders. Right? That's exactly what this does. Instead, coming back into this place of inner peace allows you to slow down. And actually, the truth of the situation is when you're able to do that, you'll actually produce more. Because you'll be calmer and you won't be so scattered. When you're in this place of constantly taking care of so many other things, you actually get less done because you're distracted by everything. So allowing yourself this time to take care of yourself, to love yourself and put yourself as a priority, which is what Taurus energy is all about, is you become a priority in your life. You actually make more space to be more productive. Right? Because you're no longer all over the place thinking about 1,000 things at once. It's more or less you come up with a very clear plan of, okay, I'm going to take 30 minutes in the morning for myself. Then I'm going to do this. 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 And the presence meter goes to the next level. Then you become present with each part of your journey. And that's what presence is, right? It's just being present. While you're washing the dishes, be present with washing the dishes. Don't use washing the dishes as an excuse to think about 20 other things, the grocery list and all that, right? When you're out grocery shopping, being present means to think about grocery shopping, not to think about what's for dinner or where we're going to go next or what's after this. Right? And that's what really being present is. But right now it feels like you're scattered all over the place with the thinking mind. And it's like the monkey mind has control right now. Let's go here. Let's go there. We need to take care of this. This is more important. Oh my gosh, the phone rang. We got to check that. We've been on the phone for 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, we missed this appointment. We got to go and check that. And that's what it feels like. We're just constantly all over the place here. And so your spirit guide's advice is to come away from the monkey mind. To persevere through this challenge is by making space to come into a place of peace, a place of integration, whether that's meditation or self-love, working out, something to get the energy out, right? So basically saying like, hold on. You little monkey inside, you do not control me. So let's get some oracles out. So spirit guides of pile number 3. What else would you like to say here for pile number 3? Thank you. Yeah, opposition on the bottom. Imbalance, a point of tension and a power struggle. Yeah. And it's the mind. This is where the tension's at, is within the mind. The struggle comes from within the mind. That's what I've been saying. It's just something that's very off balance right now. Right? And you can see that from this. She's walking on the wire. She has to balance. She has to find her center to walk on the wire. If she doesn't find her balance, she's going to fall off. And to do everything in moderation. You know, too much of one thing is a bad thing. Right? So start with small. Start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Commit that to yourself every day. Every day for 20 minutes, I'm taking time for self-care. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to draw. I'm going to paint. I'm going to sing. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to yoga. I'm going to breath work. I don't know, whatever it is that you feel drawn to, but doing that. And non-negotiable. No one bothers me in this 20 minutes, you know, like I know it's hard because I know a lot of you have kids. And so it's like just reminding, like, have your partner help you. And if you're a single parent, you know, it's okay to be honest with our kids. I feel like sometimes we forget that they're little humans too. And we get so like, but I have to be there for them. It's okay to say, look, for 20 minutes, you guys have to paint and draw and you cannot bother me for 20 minutes. And I'm going to set a timer. And when this timer goes off, then you can come and get me. And, you know, I've coached clients with this before and they're like, I never thought about doing it like that. Yeah, make it fun for them too. Give them an activity to focus on too, so that they begin to cultivate self-care. This is something you have to be vigilant with, though. You have to make this space. You have to make this time. You know, and this talks about staying true to your journey no matter what else is going on. Staying vigilant to the path of taking care of yourself. 1919 on the clock. Just 1010 in numerology. This is a path you're meant to follow. No matter what's going on out there, no matter how chaotic it gets, this is a non-negotiable. You have to take some time for yourself, okay? This is going to help you shine. This is going to help you connect with that inner light. This is going to help you understand your life and see your true strength. You are strong enough to do this. You do have the power to do this, okay? And as always, if you watched all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below. And just say I made it, or just leave the purple heart. I know what that is. That's always designated for those of you that watch all 3 piles, okay? Just feel like I need to put that out there right now, since we're in a breaking point. We have 55 here, flipping over with time to heal. Number 10, once again. Okay? This is going to help you heal. This is going to help you find balance. This is going to help you find peace. And there's going to be abundance here as well, like an overabundance that's coming in for you, like excess, right? The excess of 10 is you get to bear witness to the fruit of your efforts. And so doing this a little bit each day is going to bring great healing to your journey. You know, make it a family fun time. Think on your feet. Exactly. Think on your feet. Be witty about this. Be smart. Be creative about this, right? You have the ability to do that. Let's find out what the shadow aspect is here for this reading source. May please have the shadow aspect for this reading. What is the shadow aspect for this reading source? Spirit guides of pile number 3. What would you like to focus on as the shadow aspect for pile number 3? Oh my goodness. There we go. Thank you. Ending. You're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. You've carried this feeling of burnout for a long time. You could even be dealing with deep depression, and we're asking you to let this go. On the bottom, we have drowning. You're going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. Do not feel like you need to carry this by yourself. Pile 3, whether that's asking your guides, they're here, right? That's what this message is. Ask your guides for assistance. Ask family members for assistance. If you're like, I can't leave my child unattended for 20 minutes, then ask for help. Ask someone to help you. Do you have a friend? Do you have a family member? Ask someone for help. You would be surprised at the people who will show up for you, okay? Ask for help. And if you don't have kids, and that's fine, remember, ask your guides for help. Ask your guides to help lead you towards what's meant for you. It was 22:22 on the clock as I was saying that. We have Virgo energy, integrity, reverence, and service. You're so used to giving yourself to everyone else. You know, Virgos are very humble, they're very modest, and they're all about service to others. But it's so imperative that they make space for themselves as well so they can continue to be of service to others. You know, there's something that I tell a lot of people, and actually the whole reason that this statement came about was because I used to go to and hang with me. I used to go to this bar a long time ago, and it was always these women would come out, and in Colorado is where I'm from. It would be freezing. There'd be snow on the ground. It'd be like -20 outside, and they'd be in short skirts, and they wouldn't even be wearing a coat, but they would go outside to smoke cigarettes, and they would be out there freezing, but they wouldn't wear a coat because, oh my gosh, a coat would cover up their outfit and no one could see how good they looked. And I remember this statement came to me when I was like, oh my gosh, these people, like, this is what they do. And it's always the women. And even if the men offered them a coat, they'd barely drape it on their shoulders. Like, they would not put it on. They'd suffer in freezing. And so the statement that I came up with, and it wasn't even that I came up with it, it was a channeled message. There is no honor in suffering. It was a channeled message. And I would tell them that there's no honor in suffering. And they're like, yeah, haha, but then I'd cover up my outfit and I wouldn't look that cute. And I'm like, so you'd rather suffer for the sake of 15 minutes to stand outside, freezing your butt off, looking cute, and then possibly risk getting sick? So I'm going to ask you the same thing, pile number 3. You're going to risk burnout and possible severe depression and the inability to continue on with what you're already doing just for the sake of carrying everybody else. There is no honor in suffering. It might look good on paper, but at the end of the day, all those people that you're carrying, they don't care. They want you to continue carrying them so they don't have to put the work forward. And I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about all the other responsibilities that you're seemingly taking on, what it feels like from this pile, that really aren't your responsibilities. You're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're emotionally spent, you have an empty cup. There's no honor in suffering. And do not feel guilty for ever choosing yourself first. Like, do not feel guilty about that. For choosing yourself first. And that's what I feel like for you, pile 3, there's like, that's where the stubbornness comes from, is feeling guilty for putting myself first. How unfair. And I feel like you're so unjudgmental. I feel like you're like, yeah, everybody should put themselves first. Like, you see other people who are emotionally exhausted. You're like, hey, you know what would be great is if you just went and took a bath. You'd probably feel a lot better. Or if you did like a meditation, I feel like you give a lot of advice to people to do the things that you yourself aren't willing to do. And it's easier to tell another person or to show another person how to do the same thing that we ourselves are so scared to do for ourselves. But for you, when it comes to you, there's a serious feeling of guilt that comes in when you know that's what you're meant to do, when you know that's what you're supposed to do. There is no honor in suffering. We have equality come here. With equality, they want you to see that you are the same as those that you give advice to. Taking your advice puts you in a state of showing up with more integrity, more honor, okay, more honesty. Because you're going to be like, look, I know it's hard to take time for yourself. I've been there. But if you take time for yourself, you're going to feel so much better. Aren't you going to feel better telling someone to do that if you've already done it yourself? And that's the advice that they have for you. Walk the walk. You're great at talking the talk. You've got a lot of wisdom. But it's time for you to walk the walk. Lead by example. Knowing that you are just as equally as important as those people that you're telling these very valuable pieces of information to. Let's take a look at what your Shaman Wisdom Oracle card is. Mint. We have masculine, east, Mercury, and air with number 29, which is 11 in numerology. And 11 is a very spiritual number. So this is a very spiritual growth. Big growth for you. Big growth. And look, we have number 14. I just now saw that 14 on this card. And we have 555 coming out together here, which is a very uncomfortable place of change. Okay, so Mint says, I am Mint. I am your breath of fresh air. My fragrance stimulates and intensifies your sensual nature. My powerful bouquet purifies thoughts and soothes the nerves. I cannot make this up. I love this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your energies are enhanced and your creative strengths increased by the correct use of my properties. I will protect your path and your resources. I am purification to your entire being. I am your energy. I am your strength. Yes. So purification. Did I say that earlier? Like you needed to purify your spirit or purify yourself from this energy? Yeah. Okay. So this is strong. This is a very powerful message for you, right? We want you to have a clear mind. We want you to be strong. We want you to see how resilient you are. But if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to enter into burnout mode. And once you reach burnout mode, it's hard for them to communicate with you. It's hard for them to connect with you. So the message here is to really take care of yourself. Okay, there's a cycle here that's trying to leave your life. And I feel like the cycle has to do with putting yourself on the back burner while putting everyone else first. Okay, so if you feel like this is your reading, leave a feather emoji down below and say, I choose to go through uncomfortable healing, knowing it's my time to shine. Okay, leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second though to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit messengers for coming together here today to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.